Time introduced us to some of the most iconic cartoon characters of all time. Heroes, villains, and everything in between. One thing is for sure though, fans have strong opinions about them. Some characters, like Finn and Marceline, are loved for their coolness and strength. Others, well, let's just say they've sparked a handful of debates, whether it's their questionable choices or terrible personalities in the show. So, who's the most loved versus the most hated Adventure Time characters? Let's find out. Lumpy Space Princess. Starting off with Lumpy Space Princess, while she is one of the most loved characters in Adventure Time, she's also quite hated. Fans adore Lumpy Space Princess for her dramatic and iconic one-liners and hilarious self-importance.
No, Jessica! Don't chill Tony with me!
Her spoiled, rich girl, and clueless antics often lead to some of the funniest moments in the show, but some find her self-centered attitude really unbearable.
What did you just say?
I said, look off, Mom!
You have made your mother cry for the last time, daughter! You are hereby banned from using the royal car!
For example, she once refused to help her friend escape a dangerous situation only because she was too busy looking for the perfect lighting for a selfie.
Oh, no!
Her bratty attitude doesn't just stop there, though. She constantly interrupts, demands attention, and turns every situation into something about her. This balance of comedy and irritation makes her one of the most polarizing characters in the show. But not everyone is a fan of this next character. Fiona. While she does bring a fresh twist to the show, many see her as one of the worst characters. Some fans feel like Fiona lacks depth and exists as more of a stand-in character for Ice King's fanfiction than a fully written hero. Some also argue that she leans too heavily on Finn's traits without contributing anything unique, which sometimes make her feel like a hollow gender-swapped version, considered selfish or just straight-up stupidly naive.
You're a good little girl.
Bad little boy, that's what you're acting like. I really don't buy.
Now, onto one of the most loved Adventure Time characters, the Ice King. Undoubtedly, this guy is one of the most loved characters because, deep down, we all know that he's a lonely and misunderstood dude. Sure, he may act silly at times and kidnap princesses, but we learned that he was once a kind guy called Simon, who lost his mind and his love Betty because of the magic crown. His goofy moments blended with his sad backstory, and it makes him a relatable and lovable character in the show. One of the moments that made fans fall in love with the Ice King is in I Remember You.
This magic keeps me alive, but it's making me crazy. And I need to save you, but who's going to save me?
Where he and Marceline sing together. Even though he doesn't fully remember their past, their connection still shines through. It showed his lingering kindness and the depth of his lost connection with her. It's a really touching scene where you can't help but fall in love with the Ice King. While Ice King's tragic backstory and comforting moments make him a fan favorite, not all characters in Adventure Time are so easy to love. Some are just terrible and downright hard to stomach. For example, Maya. Now, this character brings something entirely different to the show. Unlike villains with redemption arcs or depth, Maya is just unapologetically brutal. She revived a war beast to attack the Candy Kingdom without any motive beyond destruction.
They got away with your Hambo.
Oh, duh. I let them.
You what?
I made a trade for this. Bing.
Her disrespectful attitude toward the ancient psychic tandem war elephant made her an even more disliked character. When she was finally put into a coma, fans were relieved, really relieved. So, without any charm or complexity, Maya is one of the most unlikable characters in Adventure Time. Unlike Maya, Princess Bubblegum is one of the most loved Adventure Time characters. Princess Bubblegum. Why? Well, first things first, she's a princess, and a nice one. She's always smart and inventing cool things to help the Candy Kingdom and her friends. Fans love her heroic attitude and dedication to her people, which shows that she's always ready to make their lives better and protect them, even if her methods can be a bit overprotective sometimes. Which shows how protective she is of her friends, and it ultimately makes her one of the best characters in the entire show.
I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
See you tomorrow.
You're getting tall.
Magic Man. Princess Bubblegum may be adored for her beauty and brains, but this guy, he's got none of it. Magic Man is undoubtedly one of the most hated characters in the show, and for good reason. Unlike other antagonists who want revenge through their backstories, the Magic Man is just straight up a jerk.
Change me back!
Not until you appreciate what a jerk I am. Wazoo!
He is cruel, and his Martian nature makes him very unpredictable, but it's his sadistic nature that truly sets him apart from others. One of his most annoying acts includes pretending to be a beggar, only to transform those who help him into mutated creatures. So his lack of empathy and endless sadistic nature makes him one of the most hated characters. Moving on to a character so adorable, it'll make you forget about all the worst. We have Tree Trunks. Now, she may come off as your typical sweet old lady, but underneath her gentle exterior lies a character full of surprises. She comes from the tiny animal kingdom. Tree Trunks is a small elephant with a big personality. Like any old lady, she enjoys baking apple pies and having adventures throughout the show. Despite her old age, Tree Trunks isn't scared to stand up for herself and her friends, even if it means challenging someone. Her passion for life, romance, and justice makes her a beloved and unexpected character in the show.
Off my apple pie. A fly landed on my pie. That's no good. Don't y'all worry, cause a new pie's coming in the wag of a lamb's tail.
Next, Lemon Hope. This character is like the one friend who's always talking about their big plans, but never actually does anything to help the others. Sure, he's taught to free the people of the Lemon Kingdom, but instead of doing the selfless thing, he decides to run off and live life on his own because, of course, he's selfish and his personal freedom comes first. And, even if it means saving an entire kingdom on the other side, Lemon Hope comes off as entitled. Who thinks he's the big deal when, honestly, he's just a small, sour lemon? Well, Lemon Hope's self-centered attitude makes you want to throw up.
I mean, you guys are cool and all, but I mostly came back here so I could stop thinking about y'all all the time. I'll be back when I'm tired of being free. See you in 1,000 years, I guess.
Lady Rainicorn's love and loyalty makes you believe in the magic of true devotion. Lady Rainicorn. You might remember her as Jake's longtime girlfriend. Well, she stands out as a constant source of warmth and care in the show. Though her Korean-speaking nature doesn't give her a lot of dialogue at times, her action and expressions speak louder than her words. For example, in one of the episodes, Lady Rainicorn uses her unique Rainicorn powers to help Jake understand her Korean language.
That's the end of my story.
Now that's love. Lemon Grab. Lemon Grab is the epitome of a hated character in Adventure Time. He's got no special abilities except, he's a douchebag, and an egotistical, tyrannical ruler who dismisses the well-being of his own people. His rule over the Lemon Kingdom is nothing but a nightmare, as the Lemon folk are constantly abused and malnourished under his control, making his introduction one of the darkest episodes in the entire show. Many fans find Lemon Grab's presence off-putting, and they hope for nothing but his absence in the show. You know you're cooked when this guy comes on the screen.
This castle is in unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
However, not all characters in the show start off as cruel or cold. Take Flame Princess, for example. Flame Princess. Flame Princess had a tough start, especially with her dad, the Flame King, who tried to kill his own daughter when he found out that she was surpassing him. The Flame Princess got trapped in a lamp and stayed there until Jake freed her while looking for a date for Finn. As she was alone for such a long time, she struggled with her bottled-up anger and didn't know how to communicate with others. At first, she acted out and used violence, but Finn helped her grow, and over time, Flame Princess became more caring and thoughtful, and eventually one of the most loved characters in the show.
Bye.
Bye, Finn.
While Flame Princess's journey from anger to kindness and compassion makes her one of the most loved characters, Betty's obsession with the past to restore Simon's humanity takes her down a much darker path. Betty is one of the few Adventure Time characters who have known Ice King for the longest, even before his transformation when he lived his true identity of Simon Petrikov. She was truly in love with him, but her obsession with trying to bring the Ice King his old identity back drove her insane and led her down a dark path. Her desperation drove her to summon Gulb, an extremely dangerous creature who caused a lot of chaos in Ooh. Betty is definitely one of the most hated characters simply because this girl nearly caused a genocide. Unlike characters like Betty, who are extremely hated,
Now let's grab LSP and get the buns out of here. Oh!
Jake is extremely loved. Jake, I don't know, but there's just something about this character that makes him extremely likable. I mean, he's Finn's adopted older brother and his bestie. With his ability to shapeshift, Jake has been handling the most dangerous situations. He's morphing into a giant foot to stomp enemies. Even though Jake isn't the smartest, he's definitely the coolest and the funniest. He can be easily influenced by peer pressure and is a loser at times, but he always tries his best to be there for his family and friends.
I love all my little babies so much. I'm not gonna let anything happen to them.
Now onto a character who's not just disliked but actively hated, Ash. Now this guy is Marceline's boyfriend and he is nothing short of a manipulative, selfish jerk. He goes to great lengths to delete Marceline's memory of their breakup, showing how little he values her emotional well-being. He's rude and always belittles Marceline's musical talents, so he's genuinely a red flag. But perhaps his worst betrayal is selling Hambo, Marceline's most treasured childhood stuffed toy. His cold-hearted actions and his selfishness makes him one of the most hated characters in the show.
What's with the chump? Come on, I said no chumps. Make me dinner.
Marceline, on the other hand, is completely different from Ash. Marceline is smart, kind, and literally one of the most lovable characters in the show. At first, she's introduced as a dark, punk rock girl, which makes her seem all tough and unapproachable, but over time we learn about her emotional battles, her past, and her vulnerability, which really connects us with her because we've all been through things we never talk about. Anyways, her musical talent and her complex relationship with her father, Unsen Abadir, shows her growth and how she has lived her life so far.
And that's a story of how I met your dad.
Can I play now?
No, Marceline, sweetie, it's nap time.
Another loved character in Adventure Time has to be BMO. This tiny and cute little video game console has a personality full of charms and surprises. Though BMO is small in size, it still plays a big role in the group. It's always acting like a friend, a confidant, and even the caretaker for Finn and Jake. His quirky and childlike nature makes him really lovable.
Show me all your vampires.
All the vampires got wiped out like 6 months ago. It's just down to me again.
Really?
In one of the episodes, BMO helps younger Finn and Jake by acting as their guide and companion on a faraway planet, which shows how helpful BMO can be. From the most beloved character to the most hated one, for many, Tiffany takes the crown as one of the most off-putting characters in Adventure Time. He's considered one of the most hated characters due to her personality in the episode Dentist, where he acts as Finn's overly enthusiastic companion during the dreamlike military dentist operation that many fans found off-putting. His constant robotic-like loyalty and his wide-eyed smile with repeated nonsensical dialogue came off as creepy rather than funny, which is why he became one of the most unsettling characters in the show.
They got the high endurance of a sea lard combined with the bloodthirsty killer instincts of a sea lard.
From Tiffany's unsettling presence, we now turn to the heart of Adventure Time and a character celebrated for his genuine kindness, Finn the Human. Finn is the type of guy who has a genuine desire to help others. As a human protagonist in a world full of bizarre creatures, his bravery and determination stand out. Despite his flaws like impulsiveness and immaturity, Finn's growth throughout the series has been impressive. He starts off as an innocent boy who just wants to prove himself, but over time, he becomes more self-aware and a thoughtful character. His deep sense of loyalty for characters like Jake, Princess Bubblegum, and Marceline makes fans love him dearly, and that's why he's a hero with a heart of gold.
What you doing?
Oh, hi, Princess.
Adventure Time has a variety in characters, with this variety coming with a lot of fan opinions. From Lemongrab to Finn, each character has something unique to offer to the show and leaves a long-lasting impact on fans.